So this video is going to be a little bit different than the average video on my channel because obviously, I mean, this is a topic that I don't really get to cover every day because, well, just the nature of it, and it just isn't something that I usually do to kind of share personal details or whatever and what's going on with stuff like that. So, but this one's pretty important. It's a pretty big major life accomplishment for a lot of people, and I'm just really thankful to have it out of the way so early, honestly. But I've been doing YouTube for over a year now, quote unquote professionally. I say that because a lot of people for some reason don't consider it a job, even though, I make my money and, do hours of work a day on the channel. So, I would consider it a job, that I guess that's kind of the definition of work. You do something, you get paid for doing it. But yeah, people for some reason, it's because it's not a factory job or something. And a lot of that comes from jealousy, but people don't consider it a job. So we'll just call it, quote, professionally. But, the platform is so volatile. And with that, it means that I've saved almost all of the money that I've earned off YouTube thus far. And I've just been saving it up because, I mean, let's be honest, YouTube tomorrow, something could happen and the whole platform falls apart. YouTube could change the algorithm tomorrow and my channel would be burned alive. Just anything, really. And you can't really ever predict things like that. You don't know what's coming, unfortunately. It's such a volatile profession to be a YouTube creator, and I saved my money primarily because I wanted something to fall back on in case, this thing didn't last. But, things have been holding very steady for a long time now, and I've been thinking about that over like the last 6 months. And, I thought it was time to finally step out and do something. I decided to go buy a house. So, yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory. I don't know if any of you have ever bought a house. It's kind of a nightmare to go through, especially if, you're just a regular person, I guess. It's been like 3 or 4 months now of all kinds of different stuff getting thrown in the way, contracts, different scheduling, stuff like that. All kinds of different things have come in the way, a lot of talks with a bunch of different people about what needs to happen, things like that. It's been kind of hard, but at the end of the day, I think it was worth it because, I don't know, I only got a house and some land off of it. So one of the best assets that you can honestly buy in this world is land. So that's just because if you own land, I mean, you can pretty much do anything on land. You can put a house up. If you own a house, I mean, you can rent it out or you can live in it, You can buy a plot of land and do pretty much anything you want with it. You can start a business on it. You can, develop the land into something and have it zoned and whatnot and sell it to someone else. And for now, the only property I own is just a house. So eventually, I'm going to try and change that. I'd like to expand my ownership of different properties and stuff. But yeah, I am officially a homeowner at the age of 19. That's a pretty major accomplishment, honestly. I've been told by pretty much everyone throughout this process. A lot of people apparently don't buy houses until later on in life. And, I mean, I paid for my house in cash, but apparently a lot of people don't do that either. A lot of people, sign, I guess, for loans and stuff, but I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I didn't need to anyway, so I felt it was kind of just, it wasn't necessary, really, but, I mean, I'm just blessed, man, honestly. I've put a lot of work into this channel, pretty much ever since, 6th grade. I did it I don't even know how to say it, really. When I first started off with this channel, I was literally just doing it as a hobby. I was doing videos on an iPod Touch, and I was in middle school, so I wasn't uploading very often, but, as I got through high school, my uploads became more consistent, my channel became a little bit more consistent, and it's been almost 2 years now since, really, I had my first video blow up, and, since I basically had crossed 10,000, and now I'm sitting here, in early 2019, I just turned 19 a couple weeks ago. I have a channel with over 250,000 YouTube subscribers, and I own a house, and I'm gonna be really honest, it's not at all how I expected anything to turn out. I always figured that I would do YouTube as a hobby, and I would go to college, and I would go work some menial job that I didn't want to work at, and that I wouldn't be able to afford a house until I was extremely old. Because, unfortunately, the honest truth is a lot of people take paths in life where that kind of happens. And, I put a lot of work into something early on. I got lucky. I got the algorithm on YouTube to work in my favor as well. And it led to a completely different life path that I didn't expect. And I literally get to live my dream every single day. But now I also officially own a house. So that's enough of me stroking my own ego there. But I mean, honestly, I'm proud of myself, and that's the truth. But the reality of the situation is, honestly, it really wouldn't be possible without 250,000 people on the internet. So I don't figure that a lot of people ever get to say something like that, man. Ever get to say, hey, 250,000 people on the internet bought me a house. So, I mean, it's a really cool situation. I'm extremely grateful for how everything in my life has turned out. Never would have expected it. The odds of any of this ever happening are so low. Honestly, I don't think I've completely processed the whole thing yet. I think it's still pretty brand new to me, and I'm gonna hopefully come to terms with everything here over the next couple days. But I'm just extremely grateful that I was brought up with enough sense with finances, and I learned enough to understand what the best move really was for me to make with my finances. Because I mean, I could have honestly just pissed away everything that I made, and that's just the truth. I could have just, taken all of my YouTube earnings and bought a bunch of stupid shit I didn't need, and whenever this whole thing ends up not being a thing anymore, walk away with the fact that I have no money to my name, and that I'm going to go have to get a job that I don't want to work at and that I'm going to hate because I didn't manage everything well enough. So I'm just grateful that I at the age of 19 especially, because I know how a lot of other 19-year-olds operate, and I'm pretty, I'm pretty well known with a lot of kids my age, and, most of them wouldn't even think of buying a house if they had the money. I don't think most people my age are programmed really to kind of think in that way, that manner, to kind of think, hey, I could take this money, and since I'm not guaranteed really to make anything else, and I could, get a major life expense out of my way and buy an asset that isn't going to depreciate 75% over a couple of years, and that's what I decided to do. So I officially own land. I'm really thankful the fact that my YouTube channel has done so well that I was able to buy something so important really to myself with what I've earned off of YouTube. And it's not the biggest, flashiest house, because in reality, I don't need something like that. I don't need to live in a mansion. I don't have the money to live in a mansion. I mean, maybe one day, if I ever, become a multi-millionaire or something, maybe that'll happen. But for right now, I bought a house that can accommodate me, and pretty much only me. I bought a house that's gonna suit all of my needs. I bought a house that has enough room to put an actual studio in for me to do my work at. So I pretty much do all of my YouTube videos right here in my bedroom as of right now. And, I'm going to have an official room, a YouTube and streaming and music production room in this house. Thank you guys for sticking through with my content for so long. I mean, quite literally, all of my money came from YouTube to buy this house. So, I mean, I'm just blessed to be in the situation that I am. So, with that being said, guys, I'm just going to do it. So, I'm going to show you guys what will eventually become my YouTube studio. I just bought the house, so there's still a lot of stuff that I need to do to it. Obviously, it's not in any condition right now, obviously. I still need to have, internet and all that stuff hooked up. I need to get the utilities and stuff all switched and whatnot. So, without further ado, you're going to look at the very basic version of the new Optimus studio. So, thank you guys. Alright, so here we are in what will be my studio room. As of now, it's like an old children's bedroom or something. There's 2 beds. I think the people who lived here had grandchildren, and they kept their beds and stuff in here for when they stayed. But obviously this shit's all gonna be gone here soon. This is going to be the studio room. There's an old couch in here, or love seat I should say, that I'm gonna end up getting rid of as well. It's a pretty small room in all honesty, but I'm fine with that. I got some foam pads and stuff in this black bag and right there in the other black bag that I'll be putting against this wall, because this is where I'm going to be doing all of my YouTube videos and stuff like that, streaming. I will show you guys that. I need to repaint this door, obviously, and make a little bit of changes to the cosmetic of this room. I think I'm probably just going to repaint it because I don't like the color. But the carpet will be something. Thankfully, it's not tacked down, so that should be pretty easy to get up and put new carpet in if I do choose. I haven't decided yet, so this is where I'll basically be doing all of my videos and whatnot. But may have noticed these weird little closet things. This one doesn't open, so the one right by my setup's going to be the creepiest fucking thing of all time. Yeah, this doesn't open. I don't think there's anything in there. Hello? I should have something answered back, but they're all over the room. I'll just store stuff in it. But this is the thing I wanted to show you guys, especially because I never showed you guys this award when I got it. So I got this thing back in like September or October. It was like a month or so after I hit 100,000. So I did end up getting my plaque. First thing I put on the wall was the Optimus plaque, presented to Optimus for passing 100,000 subscribers. This is going to be my YouTube award wall, because obviously I anticipate getting more. So here soon, I'd like to have the gold 1 million subscriber Optimus plaque up there next to it. And then down below here, we'll start putting like Optimus Games Awards. And if I ever do another channel, we can keep putting them down. My goal is to go 3 for 3 for 3, which means to have 3 1 million plus subscribed YouTube channels. Right now, I don't even have one. Just kind of started out, though, on the, big growth, I guess. It's only been about a year and a half, and we've gotten to 250,000 in that time frame. So if I keep it up, hopefully within the next like 2 or 3 years, I can get this channel to 1 million. And then, of course, I'm still working on the Optimus Games channel to get it to 100,000. So, you could, of course, aid me in that journey by, clicking that link down below and subscribing to that channel. But you can definitely hear the reverb bouncing around this room. It's got a lot of odd walls and stuff, so it's just bouncing all over the goddamn place. So I'll probably have to end up putting up more foam pads eventually throughout this whole damn room, which I have to do that if I do. And if I do have to do that, you know what? Don't really mind. I don't think it would completely kill this room, so if it was just covered in black foam. But anyways, yeah, you're looking at it, guys. You're looking at the new Optimus Studio. So like I said earlier in this video, you guys, I have to totally thank you for this. I mean, YouTube literally bought me this house, so I can't be grateful enough, I guess. But very belated thank you for this award. I know a lot of you knew I got it because, well, I'm at almost 250,000 subscribers. By the way, YouTube, why isn't there like a 250,000 award, a 500,000 award, things like that, man? Come on, I want to fill this wall up. But I mean, it's nice, man. It's nice to own something, you know what I'm saying? It's nice to own some property. So I got a lot of work to finish up here. Eventually gonna have to, start moving desks and computers and shit around. I did bring my GameCube. That is one thing I brought, because I gotta have the GameCube. That way I can play something while I get bored and taking a break and stuff with the whole moving. By the way, I did get left some board games by the old owner. So don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I'll probably just keep them, honestly. But man, it feels weird owning your own house. Oh yeah, take a look at this. This is what these closets look like inside. They're so fucking creepy. Oh my god.